Hey friends, hello and welcome. My name is Andrea. This is my YouTube channel where I share everything I'm learning about Etsy. I've been a full-time Etsy seller for 7 years, and so that's what we talk about here. We talk about Etsy, we talk about small business ownership, all those things. If you are into that, hang out with me here. Today we are going to be talking about how to ship your first Etsy order. So first of all, congrats, you got your first Etsy order. That is super exciting. I know that shipping can be something that's very, very overwhelming in the beginning, and it makes sense, but I'm gonna break it down for you today because it's really not complicated. I find that this is something that stops a lot of people from starting, and it really shouldn't, because it's not hard, and it's definitely one of those things where it feels overwhelming, and then as soon as you do it, you're like, wait a minute, I was overwhelmed by that? Like, this could not be any simpler, and it is fundamental to selling on Etsy, and it's easy. So we're gonna talk about it today, how to ship your first Etsy order. Diving in, the only thing that is shipping. All shipping can be broken down into like 3 things. This is what you need. You need an item, you need something to put it in, you need postage. That's it. That's all that shipping is. So we're gonna break those things down in this video. Obviously, you already have your item. We're gonna talk about packaging. We're gonna talk about how to get the correct amount of postage, and then you're gonna be on your way. And that's literally it. I don't want you guys to overcomplicate it, because I know that I looked back and was like, holy crap, that was not complicated at all. So that is what we're gonna talk about in this video. Those really 2 things, because you already have your item. So first things first, let's talk about packaging. This is obviously highly dependent on what you sell. So like, we sell apparel, so we can ship everything in a mailer. You might sell something more breakable, so you'll need bubble wrap and a box, but highly dependent on what you sell. But I'm gonna give you guys some options to find packaging for really anything outside of furniture. Furniture is obviously a whole nother ballgame, but basically anything outside of furniture, we're gonna talk about in this video where to get it from. So if you are going to need to ship your items in a box, that would be anything breakable. If you're doing just big stuff, you're not gonna wanna ship like 14 sweatshirts in a mailer. Those are whatever, that's like times number we ship in a box. Uline. Uline is a really, really good option for shipping boxes and bubble wrap and really all things shipping supplies. Uline is a super good option, and so I definitely recommend starting there if you are going to be using boxes to ship your packages. The other option, outside of there's like things like tubes, if you're shipping posters, again, Uline, really good option for that. The other option for packaging, which is what we use, is mailers. I will go grab one and show you guys it so you guys can see. Okay, so these are the mailers that we use. We use 2 different size poly mailers, and we got these custom made from Alibaba, but I definitely don't recommend starting there. We sold probably 10,000 packages before we started using custom mailers. Really good option for mailers are Amazon and MailersUSA. That is where we bought almost, well, just all. That is where we bought all of our mailers before we switched over to custom. We don't use all custom even still. So these are bubble mailers. You can probably see that. You can understand what that is. They're just padded envelopes. We use these for a few products in our shop, and we still order these from Amazon or MailersUSA. So that is 2 really good options for getting packaging or getting mailers, is Amazon and MailersUSA. For other items like packaging tape, all that kind of stuff, you can just go to Walmart, Target, or Amazon, Uline. They all have it. So don't overcomplicate the packaging part. One more thing I do want to mention is that we print all of our labels on label paper. We do not use a special shipping printer like label printer, just because I've never been able to justify the cost. Honestly, we use a laser printer, so we only buy toner, and it just makes more sense for us to use label paper. We order that in Amazon, and it's just paper that's sticky on 2 sides, and it prints 2 labels per page. And yeah, so that's what we use for all of our packaging. That should have covered almost, I'm gonna say like 90% of items on Etsy should be covered by everything I just said. And the short version is Uline, Amazon, MailersUSA, all really good options for buying packaging. The only other thing that you may want to include in your package is a note of some sort thanking your customer for the order, introducing your brand, all those sorts of things. So this is what we do in our shop. I will share a photo of it on the screen here, but we buy these from Vistaprint in the early stages of our business when I really couldn't justify buying like 2,000 of these, because we buy a lot now just because we know we're gonna use them, but I couldn't justify doing that in the beginning. And so I hand wrote my thank you cards. And this was extremely effective. People constantly commented like, thank you so much, you even handwrote a thing, or if you want to ask for a review, which is really helpful on Etsy, handwriting is extremely effective for that. Obviously now we do not have the margin to handwrite a note for all of our orders, and so we just send out these branded cards, which I shared a photo of, but I definitely recommend including something with your brand name and a branded message of some sort in your packaging. So now we are going to move on to getting the correct amount of postage. This is where everybody loses their mind. Like, they panic about not knowing about postage, and it's not hard. One thing is that the post office doesn't keep this a secret from you. So it's not like it's a guessing game. This isn't hard. Everybody overcomplicates this. So we're gonna talk about how to get the correct amount of postage. All you need to get the correct amount of postage if you're printing your shipping labels in Etsy is the dimensions of your product and the weight of your product. We use a postal scale to get the weight. Because we ship so many packages, it's worth it for us to invest. We do not weigh every single one of our packages, because if you're like us and you say you're selling necklaces, this necklace, no matter what initial is on it, you probably can't see that as initial, I bought it from Etsy. This necklace, no matter what initial is on it, is going to weigh the same amount. It's gonna weigh like probably 4 ounces, right? With the packaging and all that kind of stuff. And so you can have, if you are selling that kind of product, you can set it in Etsy in the back end to make it to where this necklace, anytime someone buys it, it calculates for 4 ounces. If you have that kind of product and you don't want to invest in a postal scale in the beginning, which I totally understand, they're not that expensive, but I do understand because when you start a business, there's a lot of expenses and it's a lot. So you can take your products to the post office, they will weigh them for you, and then you can get the weight from that. And then obviously dimensions you can just get with a tape measure. So that is one way to get around buying a postal scale. If you are someone who is going to constantly ship items that are a different size and weight, and you don't want to go to the post office every single time, I do recommend just investing in a postal scale. We got ours from Amazon for like 40 bucks, I think. We use it for like bulk orders and stuff, even though most of our items that ship are already calculated in the back end of Etsy. There are some times whenever it comes in really handy because we'll get a order of like 13 sweatshirts. And so we use a postal scale for that. But yeah, so you're just gonna need to get the weight of your item. You can do that with a postal scale or by going to the post office. That's the long story short. Postal scale or going to the post office, and you can get the weight of your item, and then the dimensions, you just need to measure your packaging. Obviously, dimensions and weight, it's not just the item itself, it's the item packaged. And so you're measuring the envelope or the box, and you're weighing the envelope and the box with the product in it. That's what you need to get the weight and the dimensions of your package. Once you do that, you have everything you need, because Etsy is going to auto calculate the postage based on your customer shipping address and the dimensions and the weight that you give it. And so I'm gonna bring you now into my Etsy backend to screen share exactly how we do this, how you can insert all the things, and Etsy will spit out a number to you. Okay, so you should be seeing my screen, and I'm gonna show you guys how to print a label and insert your dimensions and everything in the back end on Etsy. So the very first thing you're going to do is go to your shop manager in orders and shipping, and then you're going to select the order that you want to ship, hit get shipping labels. Etsy's label generator thingy is gonna pop up, and then right here is where you can put all of the dimensions and stuff that you just found. It obviously auto-populates for us because I have gone in on the back end of that listing and already inserted how much that particular item weighs and the dimensions of the envelope that we ship it in. So it already knows, but if this is how you do it, you just go ahead and insert whatever your dimensions are, and it's going to auto-populate the price right there for the person's address and the shipping rate that you need. and then I can't buy this, I can't purchase this label because we are not ready to ship this item. But once you are ready, you just hit review your purchase, and then you would hit purchase, and then all you have to do is print it out on the label paper, like I said, and stick it on your package. So it really is that simple. I don't want you to get overwhelmed by shipping on Etsy. It really is easy. If you're wanting to ship multiple orders on Etsy, you just click multiple orders and you print out the labels like that, and then you just package them up. It is not complicated at all. I really hope that this video was helpful and that you now don't feel as overwhelmed about shipping on Etsy, and that you are feeling equipped to go out and ship all of the orders that you're about to get on Etsy, because I know that you're going to get tons of orders on Etsy. So if you are an Etsy seller and you are interested in growing on Etsy, that is what we talk about on this channel. I would love it if you hung out with me here. If you would like to download my free Etsy shop scorecard, you can do so in the comments or the description section below. It is basically just a scorecard to make sure that you have all of your T's crossed and your I's dotted in your shop and you are set up for success. And so you can download that in the description below. I am so thankful that you guys decided to hang out with me here today. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. And if you're interested in Etsy content, I would really appreciate it if you subscribed. Thanks, guys.